two deals for two players who are shining at the World Cup. The first one, we know, exclusive news, out of nowhere, now almost 4 weeks ago. So while we have the transfer news, the updates, the here we go, the exclusive stories, all the stories around, there is the World Cup ongoing. It's already done, medical completed, 110 million euros for two players. Then, two situations to clarify on Manchester United, and in this case also Tottenham. Many questions on Mateus Fernandes. Has something changed? At the moment, guys, Tottenham are pushing to get Mateus Fernandes. Tottenham are pushing and pushing because they want to be fast and they want to be first on Mateus Fernandes. I told you in a separate story from Tonali. But Manchester United remain in contact with the agent of the player, Jorge Mendes. Manchester United are yet to give up. And so the story is still open. West Ham are waiting. West Ham feel they are in the best position. Who is offering more? They are ready to sell the player. So now depends on the clubs, with Man United and Tottenham in contact with the agent of the player and trying to get Mateus Fernandes, one of the most wanted midfielders in the market now. Because both clubs are involved and the race is still open for Mateus Fernandes. And let me finish, guys, with Felix Mecha. Many questions. Can Mecha go to Manchester United? Guys, at the moment on Mecha, what I'm told is that it's about scouting. He's a player that Manchester United have been following for some time. Manchester United have a German director like Christopher Wiewel who knows players in the German league, in the Bundesliga very well. Mecha is one of them, but Manchester United at the moment are focused on different priorities, different things. So Mecha is not close to joining Manchester United today. If something will happen in the next weeks or months, I will let you know. But at the moment, Manchester United are focused on different things. And with Mecha, the situation has gone quiet. So it's not advancing so far. It's scouting, it's appreciating the player, but it's not Mecha close to Man United.
I want to talk about Tchouaméni in a moment because I think there is some positive stuff around that as well. But just a few super chats to catch up with. Thank you if you've coming over from That's Football, by the way. Germany 7, Curacao 7-1 loss today. I'm doing Netherlands-Japan at 9 straight after this. And then I'm doing Ecuador against Ivory Coast at midnight, which is Ahmad. So looking forward to that. Vardiel staying at City, new deal till 2032, says Voodoo. It's not the fucking City stand. Why do I give a shit about City? What's that? What does that do for us? That's like, that's like you looking out and seeing the neighbours come home with a Five Guys. I'm takeaway, not Five Guys. And I'm hungry. And you walk in the kitchen, the neighbours have just got a Five Guys. Yeah? And how does that help me? What's that got to do with me? Nothing. What does Vardiel signing for Man City do for me? Am I missing something here? What does Vardiel signing for City do for me? Vardiel was a player that Real Madrid wanted. They obviously couldn't get him, so they got Cucurella. It's got nothing to do with City, has it? It's got nothing to do with United. Ayu says, I would rather get Hall plus Fernandes or Tchouaméni and keep Agate than get Fernandes and Tchouaméni and miss on Hall and get stuck with Shaw. I mean, that's like a bloody quiz question, that, mate. I don't know why you're even having that thought, because no one said that's going to happen. Daniel Thompson, hope you're doing well. He says, Sir Lewis Hamilton winning the GP and now here with the wonderful community. I treasure most as live and direct. We say hi to United Stand and the community. And Mark, hope you're all doing well. Hope your neck is getting better. Much love to Gav United. Lovely message, Daniel. Yes, fantastic win for Lewis Hamilton today, actually, with Ferrari. Busy day of sport, but that was enjoyable. Nick says, I know we don't want plan B, but how would you feel about Anthony Robinson? How much better is Hall than everyone else? Well, I will tell you this very, very simply. Anthony Robinson is going to be 29 next season. Lewis Hall is 22 in September. So you're talking about a 7-year gap. I just think that, Lewis Hall at 21 and Anthony Robinson at 29, I mean, I think he's 28 at the moment. There's a world of difference, Nick. There's a world of difference, definitely. James says, come on, Mark. Come on, James. And Gav says, evening, El Presidente. Evening, all. Apologies for not being about. As few of you know, my mum wasn't well. Sadly, she passed away yesterday. Love to Gav, one of our moderators as well, and a member for 25 months. A solid regular in the chat. Sorry to hear that, Gav. I knew that you'd been away, obviously, but I'm sorry to hear that about your mother. And obviously, thoughts and prayers with you and your family. From this family. Julian says, should Man United prioritise signing proven Premier League players, even at inflated prices, or continuing investing in high potential talent during this rebuild? Look, I don't have a problem with signing Lewis Hall, Premier League proven. I don't have a problem signing Elliot Anderson or Mateus Fernandes, Premier League proven. I don't have a problem signing Tonali, Premier League proven. Cunha, Premier League proven. Mbuemo, Premier League proven. Absolutely fine. The obsession with doing it is wrong. So good, we've gone and got Edison. You know, I'd like us to go for that Moroccan lad that we were talking about this morning. I'd like us to go for Tchouaméni. You know, ultimately, there are a lot of players that weren't Premier League proven that came into this club and did really, really well. Came into this club, but came into other clubs and did really, really well. The recipe to winning the Premier League title is not to buy Premier League proven players. It isn't. Every team that's won the league will have players that they bought externally. So I think a mixture is really important. Gav's come back with a super chat saying, cheers to everybody. That means a lot. Love to Gav. Patrick Lynch says, issue is Newcastle will want a price that we know our board are seemingly unwilling to pay, at least initially. Chelsea will go big like they always do. I'm still unsure how our board operates. Yes, Patrick. I mean, there is an element of risk of what I think is going to happen. I think Chelsea will go for Lewis Hall, and I think they'll go quick. If they're going for Hall, they'll go for him really quick because they need a left back. They don't really have a left back, do they? I know Hato could play there, but they don't really have a left back. So I think they'll move quick. If they're going to move quick, they might go in with a good offer. If United sit back and let it happen, we're unambitious morons, basically. We are. If we like Lewis Hall and he's perfect for us, but Chelsea get him with no Champions League football because they go for him and pay the price, we are idiots. Pure and simple. Unambitious idiots. Because you're right, Patrick, it will be because we don't want to pay the price. And I'll repeat what I said about Anderson, and, you know, hopefully it won't be a recurring theme, but I don't care about overpaying for players that are the right players. Rooney, Rio Ferdinand, Roy Keane, Van Nistelrooy, Andy Cole, they all cost us a lot of money, but they were the right players to go for at that time. Stop being an accountant as a football fan and look at the player and say, do we need that player? And if we don't get that player, is there a really good alternative? I don't think there is a really good alternative for Lewis Hall. I would say the most viable alternative to Lewis Hall is probably Truffert from Bournemouth, who is a little bit older. I think he's 2 or 3 years older, but will also be massively expensive. So I think pay the money. And I'd be pissed off if Chelsea swooped in and took him. But as I said, the positive for me is we've had to move on Mateus Fernandes quicker than we would like because there's competition. So hopefully it will make the same thing happen with Lewis Hall.
On this, guys, and much more, remember to stay tuned, to keep following all the news. Let me know your opinion here in the comments. And remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, and see you soon here every single day with all the latest. Ciao.